Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled at the edge of an icy tundra, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Penny. Her bright, curious eyes sparkled like frost under the winter sun, and her heart was as warm as freshly baked bread. Penny loved exploring the snowy wilderness around her home, always wondering about the secrets hidden beneath the glistening ice and snow. One crisp morning, as golden sunlight painted the horizon, Penny bundled up in her favorite red scarf and set out on one of her adventures. The air was so cold it felt like tiny pinpricks on her cheeks, but she didn't mind. It made her feel alive. As she trudged through the powdery snow, something unusual caught her eye, a trail of sparkling footprints leading toward the frozen sea. Sparkling footprints? Penny whispered, bending down to examine them. They shimmered faintly, as if dusted with stardust, and seemed to glow brighter whenever she touched them. Intrigued, she decided to follow the mysterious path, her boots crunching softly against the snow. The trail led her to a secluded cove where the ice stretched endlessly before her, reflecting the pale blue sky above. There, standing alone near the water's edge, was a small penguin. But this wasn't just any penguin. His feathers gleamed silver under the light, and his round black eyes held a deep sadness that tugged at Penny's heart. "Hello," Penny said gently, kneeling down to meet him at eye level. "Why are you all by yourself?" The penguin tilted his head, surprised to hear her voice. After a moment, he replied in a soft, wobbly chirp, "I'm lonely. No one wants to play with me because I'm different." Penny frowned thoughtfully. "Different how?" The penguin shuffled his flippers nervously. "My feathers sparkle when the moonlight hits them. The other penguins think it's strange, so they stay away." Penny smiled warmly. "Well, I think your feathers are beautiful. And being different is what makes you special." The penguin blinked, unsure whether to believe her. "You really mean that?" "I do," Penny exclaimed. "Come on, I'll show you." With newfound determination, Penny took the penguin's flipper, carefully, since it was slippery, and began walking back toward the village. Along the way, subtle signs of magic started appearing. Tiny snowflakes swirled around them, forming delicate patterns in the air. Whispers from unseen voices seemed to guide their steps, saying things like, "Follow the light," or "Trust your heart." When they reached the village square, Penny noticed something extraordinary. A group of children playing in the snow had stopped to watch the glowing penguin curiously. At first, they hesitated, unsure what to make of him. But then Penny stepped forward. "This is my new friend," she announced proudly. "He may be different, but he's also amazing. Watch this." She pointed to the sky, where the clouds parted just enough for a beam of moonlight to shine down. As the light touched the penguin's feathers, they began to shimmer brilliantly, casting dazzling reflections across the snow. The children gasped in awe, their faces lighting up with wonder. "Wow! That's incredible," one boy exclaimed. "Can we play with you?" asked another. For the first time, the penguin smiled, a shy, hopeful smile, and nodded eagerly. Soon, the entire village square was alive with laughter and joy as the children played games under the magical glow of the penguin's feathers. Even the older villagers joined in, marveling at the sight. As the night grew darker and the stars twinkled overhead, Penny sat beside the penguin, watching the festivities with a contented sigh. "See? Everyone loves you now," she said softly. "But why?" the penguin wondered aloud. "What changed?" "It's not about changing who you are," Penny explained. "It's about showing people your true self and letting them see how wonderful it is." The penguin looked at her, gratitude shining in his eyes. "Thank you, Penny. You've shown me that kindness can melt even the coldest hearts." Just then, a gentle breeze swept through the square, carrying with it a swirl of glittering snowflakes. One landed on Penny's nose, making her giggle. When she looked up again, the penguin was gone, but in his place stood a shimmering figure made entirely of ice and starlight. It was the spirit of the Arctic itself, come to thank Penny for spreading warmth and kindness in its frozen realm. "You have done well, brave child," the spirit whispered, its voice like the tinkling of bells. "Your heart has brought light to the darkest corners of this land. In return, I grant you a gift. Whenever you need courage or hope, look to the northern skies, and you will find my stars guiding you." With that, the spirit vanished, leaving behind a trail of sparkling frost that spiraled upward into the heavens. From that day on, the villagers often spoke of seeing a radiant penguin dancing among the auroras, spreading joy wherever he went. Some claimed it was the same penguin Penny had befriended, while others believed it was the spirit of the Arctic itself, transformed by her kindness. And as for Penny? Whenever she felt uncertain or scared, she would gaze at the northern lights and remember the magic of that snowy evening, the night she learned that even the smallest acts of kindness could change the world. So, dear listener, the next time you see the auroras painting the sky, remember Penny and the lonely penguin. Perhaps their story will remind you that kindness lives forever, and that magic is always closer than you think. Good night, dreamer. May your dreams be as bright and boundless as the northern lights.